It's triumph and tragedy that is prevalent in Aruna Budda Reddy's sports journey down the years. If she won the bronze medal at the World Cup Gymnastics Championship, she's also gone through the grind of 4 surgeries for ACL ligament tears. It's been a really uphill task for her, but right now, at the Gaudium Sportopia, South India's best gymnastics facility, she is perfectly at home, training and grooming herself for the next international competition, and with an eye on the Olympics and the World Championships. Hello viewers, we have with us Aruna Budda Reddy, World Cup Gymnastics bronze medalist. Welcome to Sports Roundup, Aruna.
Thank you.
Injuries have hampered your career right through the way, Aruna. How have you coped with it, and has it actually hampered your growth as a gymnast?
Hadil was my coach, Brij Kishore sir. In 2018, he was my personal coach before coming to Manoj sir, and he was family man. He was to work in state government, not with good salary, but he used to help me all the way he can after my father's death. So he tried whatever he can do for me. He was my support, to be frank. Yes, he was an aerobic coach, but I was an artistic player. But he never thought, okay, मुझे नहीं आता, क्योंकि state government coaches are like, let's see, करते करेंगे, but they never had that huge, big dream. Okay, we have to achieve something. So that way it was, but he always tried to help me in all the ways. A piece of happiness that came into the life. Okay, now Aruna, it's your new life, new journey, and suddenly everything collapsed. Okay, that's okay. So we can't sit thinking about that past or whatever happened. So we have to move on. The only decision, either you'll continue or you'll stop. Stopping was never my option since starting. It was always continue, whatever it might be. And even my coach, he has always been there for me in every phase. So he said, Aruna, sochna kya hai? Chalo, let's go for surgery. And he started planning. Kyunki October was the first qualification in 2018, and the last qualification was in November 2019. He said, you'll have 13 months. Who will stop you? No one can stop you. You can come back. And he said, jaldi jaldi chalte hai Hyderabad, surgery karwate, we'll start preparation for the last qualification and we'll definitely nail it. And you will be there in 2020 Olympics. Never leave the hope. Yes, then I'm ready again. We came back December, I got my surgery done, and we started the next Olympic, and within 6 months post surgery ACL, I was back to the world platform with the same performance but better than that. So everyone was shocked. Everyone thought, okay, Aruna will not be part of this Olympic cycle. So everyone were relaxed. But when I was back to the Indian trial for the World Championship for the last qualification in September, they were like, how come you are back, that too stronger than before? Like, it's all because of my coach, because he was there throughout to help me. And then after that, everything went smoothly. But just day before the competition in the World Championship again in Germany, that was the one day remaining for me to get into the Olympic place. Tomorrow I have my competition. Today was my last training. I completed all my 4 apparatus, and it was the last apparatus vault. And sir said, Aruna, you're done. Let's take rest and prepare for tomorrow's competition. I said, sir, I just want to do one because I was not that perfect with my landing. He said, okay. That one mistake again ruined everything. One landing, hyperextension, and the ACL broke. Before going to that, I mean, after my surgery, when I told my doctors, Ramohan Reddy sir and DN sir, sir, I want to come back in 9 months. What do you think? No, no, no. Risk hai. You can't come back. After every ACL, each and every athlete, it might be any sport, it will take 1 year minimum to come back. I said, sir, nahi, main kar sakti hu. And sir was like, kuch nahi sir, hum kar lenge. And that, you know, that willpower, they were like surprised and they said, agar aap aisa ho, then even I am there for you. Go, dekh lenge, jo bhi risk hoga, let's take care of it. So that was the first time, you know, I could see those doctors supporting an athlete, where we are saying, we know that we have risk in front of us, but we want to take step forward. And usually doctors, they always take the precautionary measures. They said, no, no. But he was like, tum agar ready ho, hum bhi ready hai, dekh lenge, kya hoga. So I really admire them, and you know, I'm very thankful to them always. And that way, when I re-injured myself, they were like, okay Aruna, koi baat nahi. What next? That was the question. They were like, it's okay. What next? You want to continue? I said, obviously sir, I can't leave like this. Okay, jaldi aacha, fir surgery karenge. And then again I went through surgery. Post second ACL, we had COVID. So 1.5 years, it was almost lockdown, and that was an advantage for me because whole world was under lockdown. No one was training, no competition. So everyone were there where I was sitting. So I took an advantage of that situation. In spite of having lockdown, the first day when the unlock happened, my coach flew from Haryana to Hyderabad. He stayed with me in my home, and we used to start doing training. And the day when the third lockdown, I mean the unlock happened, we flew to Haryana together. We started my training in Ambala, and gradually, till the time the whole world unlocked, we were in the form where everyone was there. No, actually better than them. So that way we could progress, and again, stronger and stronger than before. With good confidence, good shape, good peak, good performance, good confidence, everything. And everything was good. And then after that, my first competition was Faros Cup in 2021. Oh, before that, I went to Kitakishu World Championship in 2021 in November, where I could be the finalist of table vault. Good achievement post-op, that too after 2 surgeries. And then in December, I went to Faros Cup. I won 2 gold medals, table vault and floor. Then now again to the Olympic. 2021, now we have to focus on 2024 Olympic qualification, which was supposed to start from 22 World Cups. Everything was fine. Right, so I had to go to the World Cups, to the abroad training in Israel. Wonderful training to step into the next level again with the world platform, to create histories in World Championship. Everything went well. We came back, and my first day of qualification in World Cup, that was in Egypt. Vault went well. I was the finalist, second in finalist, and with a very minimal difference of getting into the first position, so which I could change it in the final. And next apparatus was my floor. So that was the other day. First line went amazing, stick landing. Second line, hit floor again with my knee. I stopped my routine in between. Everyone was shocked, especially my coaches. They were like, what's happening? And then we came back. There was another competition after that. I couldn't compete there. We came back, we got all these things done, early assessment from the clinical doctor. And they said, you look completely fine. What is the problem? I said, I don't know. I got a hit. Since then, there's a problem with my knee. Whenever I do element, it give ups. Like, okay, give ups, it means again ACL. Done. But before that, since 2016, when I've left camp saying to win a medal, that's very necessary to have a personal coach. So when I took that decision, things have changed completely. Apart from the other coaches who were in Indian camps and the coaches with whom I used to train in Indian camps before, they were like, how can she do that? Everyone is doing training here. But the difference was everyone had their own coaches there in the national camp. I never had my own coach. And there was a partiality. So if I have to stay back there, then I should feel okay, railway mein job karo, mahine mein 25,000 lo, sit back, enjoy, relax. But I never wanted that life. First thing, I want to prove myself, and the second thing after that, the ultimate goal I have is to serve all the other upcoming players. Whatever I have learned from my experience, I want them to learn more, and I never want them to suffer those all experiences. So I want to help everyone. So that was my ultimate goal. So if I have to stay back, nothing was possible. And I had to take that hard decision in spite of knowing that once you take this decision and step out of Indian camp, that will be very difficult for you to survive in gymnastics. Because federation, all the other namely coaches are there, and I'm going against them saying there's no proper training going in the Indian camp. So that is how I have. So that from that point of time, still today, I can say I am traveling alone against the federation, saying, so they have every problem with me, saying she never attends camp, she never do that, she never did that, and they like, okay, she won medal, so what? So there was never an appreciation to me from my federation. And even with my coach, they're like, हाँ coach को वैसे ही student मिल गए, वो करते रहेंगे. So after this surgery, I mean after this injury in the Egypt 2022, so they had a chance to drop me down from the team because they could see with the judgment, because we have subjective judgment, with that judgment they couldn't change anything. Performance wise, I was in front of them, and that was very difficult for them to change my scoring or replace me with the other players. That was very difficult. So once I got injured there and I had to withdraw from the finals, they got a chance to completely, finish me off. And then what they did, they said, okay, if you want to compete in the next competition, you have to come down for you have to come down for physical fitness test. So I said, okay, that's not a problem. I'll definitely attend, because I came early from Egypt back to India just to make sure that everything is fine so that I can compete in the next competition and insist my federation to please send my entry back. So I came back, I had clinical assessment, I went to the physical fitness test, the test which they mentioned about, all the RTS, written to sport test related to the injuries and all, and everything came perfect. So we were confident, okay, you can take my test, I'm ready for it. They called me for physical fitness test, they took me to the clinical examination, and then harshly. And that point, the wobbling which I didn't feel during my hard hit, I could feel it that time. And that is how my injury aggravated. The swelling started coming up, pain came back completely, and I was forced to take a step towards surgery. So federation always taken that part to completely keep me out of the sport. So that was the hard decision. Since last 2 surgeries, when I thought, okay, it's not difficult to come back, but that point I was like, can I come back? What if I come back? Will I get that support again? Because everything is against me. Is that possible to come back? I'll join everything towards me. I'll join all the willpower, whatever I have, because I want to. But what next? So that was the question mark in my mind. And then again, my coach, my parents, my mother, my sister, they were like, you will come back. And you are the one, I think, who has to face all this so that the coming generation will be free enough to, come up with the good performance. Or so when you face and cross upon these things, you will be their voice. So you have to become their strength so that no one else suffer these all things. So that is what again motivated me. Yes, but sir, it's been 4 years from 2018. I reached to peak, I get injured, I drop down. I reach to peak, I drop down. That's been almost 4 times. And for a player after injury to come back, it takes at least a year. And within that year, just imagine the other players increasing. So they're step by step increasing forward, improving daily, daily, daily. And I'm reaching, coming back, reaching, coming back. It's an effect to my performance. But yes, I can say I have a lot of experience. We learn, from our mistakes only we have so many experiences. And from our experiences, we learn how to get rid of mistakes. So I can say I have so much of experiences. I have my performance within me. So it will not take a lot of time to me to match their performance. And this time I can say I'm more and more confident than before to come back.
Just as injuries have hampered your growth, Aruna, can you recall all those people who you are blessed with in your life, who have helped you face the challenges and grow as a gymnast?
Definitely, sir. And indeed it is, because I'm not used to having the social media side and, you know, getting into friends, spending time with them. I was never that sort of person, never social at all. But in my life, I have those people really I'm blessed for and fortunate of having them in my life. That starts from my karate master, because of him, today whatever I am. If that day he didn't decide, okay Aruna, you have to choose gymnastics as your career. So I was never into this side. I was completely, I would have continued in karate or going the other side. And then always my parents, my father, my mother, my sister, my brother-in-law, they've always been there for me since that time, since my starting till today. And I know they are with me lifelong. And apart from that, my coaches, my first coach, Swarnalata ma'am, for 2 years, she was training, my basic was with her. And then my Brij Kishore sir, my personal coach I can say. And then comes my coach, my next father, Manoj sir. He is always there for me. Maybe what matter the situation is, how it is, personal, professional, he was always there like a strong pillar. Because after my father's death, I missed that person in my life, because I feel for every girl, it's father who is the first hero. So I always miss him. But I can't say he have taken that whole place, but he is completely, you know, somewhere related to that position. I am really fortunate to have Manoj sir as my coach. And then my doctors, because doctors played a really prominent role in my journey. Without their support, it was not possible to come back. So Deepti Nandan sir and Ramohan Reddy sir, my surgeons, and my physios, Sridhar sir, Prem Anna, and the current physios I'm working with. And apart from this, apart from surgeries, apart from family support, apart from my coaching, professional support, it's always finance. Being a middle class family, it was not that easy for us to, you know, spend so much with the surgeries, with the physio, with the abroad camp and all. So Go Sports, who have always helped me and stood by me since 2016, and Aurobindo Foundation, Nityanand Reddy sir, he have always helped me. And even in the educational aspects, Mahendra Reddy sir, Arogya Reddy sir, my principal Asha ma'am in graduation and in intermediate colleges and St. Mary's. So they've already always there for me. Even till now, they support me in all the ways they can. And they were, you know, they've sponsored my studies so that I can do free training with no problem. So they have sponsored my studies. I was regular, but I did it in distance. So they've had that constant support towards my sport. And yeah, and currently I'm working with my foreign coach, Andre sir, and Natali ma'am. So I have these few people around me whom I'm blessed to have. I never miss, I mean, I never say that, you know, sometimes I feel lonely because I don't have friends. Because nowadays the generation is like having friends, freaking out, going here and there, that's the life. So when I see my friends or my colleagues or my juniors having that time, sometimes I feel, are you lonely? Then my inner voice comes out. Who told you are lonely? You have such a wonderful family outside you, wonderful people who are always well-wishers for you. No matter what the situation is, sir, these people, it may be professional or personal, they were always for me. So I know that they are throughout with me in my journey till I reach Olympic and win a medal. So the whole credit of that medal will be given to them.
Had a very eventful career so far, Aruna. Would you advise the younger generations to take up gymnastics? And if you do so, why, Aruna?
Definitely, sir. In other countries, gymnastics is regarded as mother of all sports. So that is because I don't want to advise everyone to take up gymnastics as a professional career, but gymnastics can help in developing motor abilities, which is very crucial in any person. You know, just to lead an active life throughout, it's very important to have that motor abilities and those fundamental skills. You can see long back when we were somewhere in the rural areas, now everyone is migrating to urban, but when people who are even now in the rural areas, they swim by themselves, they go into the ponds or directly jump into the pond, swim into the rivers directly, and they climb trees, they sprint, they run hills. Those are some activities which are related to being physically literate, right? So now in urban areas, you can see kids at this age from 3 years to 7 years, the actual age to develop those skills, they sit along with the just okay. You want physical activity? Okay, I am doing shooting. Where? In phone. I am driving car. Where? In phone. So because of that, we are somewhere lacking that physical literacy, physical activity. So at that age, if they are not developing those skills, how come they'll have that interest or developing that physical activity throughout? When we are not developing when they are kid, it's very impossible to develop in the further ages. So I highly recommend and advise to take up gymnastics, recreational gymnastics, as a part of physical activity for their kids. And also in recreational gymnastics, we have adult gymnastics where they can come down to gym, have some role activity so that they can become flexible a bit and running or doing trampoline. So at least they are used to, if somehow now if you go out to the mountains and you want to try skiing, you should have minimum of that memory of muscles, okay, they can take care of. So that confidence will get developed by developing by these fundamental skills. So if we develop them when they are kids, it's automatized. So when they go out further whenever they want, or they go out, they want to try some adventure, it's very easy for them because they already have that memories into their muscles. They know how to control their body. And even in the accidents, if they are somewhere, they are traveling by bike and they get hit with the truck or car, at least they know how to save themselves because they are physically active. So I highly advise to take up gymnastics as a physical activity based sport in the initial year from 3 to 7. So once you do that, after that, and the other part gymnastic helps is, I feel, I don't know how right I am, but the gymnasts who do gymnastics, the athlete who do gymnastics are very much competent to do the other sports as well, even in the later ages. Now if I am asked to do badminton or boxing, okay, I can't match that elite level, but at least I have that somewhere, those aspects where those sports need in my body. So gymnastics is the reason why it is called mother of all sports is it's a base for everything. So I can't say please take up gymnastics as a professional career, but gymnastics will definitely help in the active life for every common person, and also part of fundamentals to a sports person who want to pursue the other sport as well. So that way gymnastics is really important.
As a typical Telugu woman, Aruna, all your life or most of your life is spent outside the Telugu speaking states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So do you miss the Telugu ethos, the Telugu culture, or most importantly the Telugu food in your diet?
Telugu culture, Telugu ethos, I can't say I'll miss them because it's in my blood. Yes, I stay mostly in north, and being, as I'm staying in north, I have fluent Hindi more than Telugu actually because I started speaking Hindi more frequently than Telugu. But yes, about the food, I definitely miss Telugu food because I know most of the North Indians might not agree with this, but I feel Hyderabad and especially our Telugu states have the food where each and every person from the world can have.
Anybody in the world, from anywhere from the world, can enjoy Telugu food.
So I feel that anybody from the world can enjoy our food because we have different breakfast, so many varieties of breakfast, so many varieties of lunch, alane kakunda dinner. Ante మన దగ్గర నాన్ వెజ్ కానివ్వండి, వెజ్ కానివ్వండి, ఇన్ని రకాలు ఉన్నాయి. అండ్ అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ రోజులు నార్త్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎక్సెప్ట్ హ్యావింగ్ పరాటాస్, ఎక్సెప్ట్ హ్యావింగ్ పన్నీర్, ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ డిఫికల్ట్ ఫుడ్ చూడడానికి. ఇక్కడికి వస్తే ఇంట్లో పప్పే వీ హ్యావ్ అట్లీస్ట్ 10 రకాల పప్పులు, అన్నము, సో మెనీ ఫ్లేవర్స్ ఆఫ్ రైస్. అండ్ అది కాకుండా బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్లో ఉప్మా, ఇడ్లీ. ఐ డెఫినెట్లీ మిస్ దెమ్. బయట ఉన్నప్పుడల్లా నాకు వంట అంటే చాలా ఇష్టం.
As we have seen through the narration by Aruna herself, what is most paramount for a sports person is attitude. And I think her t-shirt says it all. Never give up.